Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War themed gamescasts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 4 versus 4 in Unification on the map Kier Harad. Playing as the Orcs, we've got Where's My Teeth, we've got Cubini, we've got Splash, and we've got Kaiku. And playing as the Space Marines, we have got Necrotechnica, we have got Richie as the Imperial Fists, we've got me as the Legion of the Damned, and we have got Kuken as the Dark Angels. So this is the Battle of Andraxas. Now, in the actual battle, it was only Ultramarines that played as the Space Marines, and we also had a Legion of Damned player in there. But we thought, well, we're going to mix it up just because, well, it's just fun, isn't it? So, not totally accurate, but we'll take it all the same. So yeah, so the Battle of Andraxas. Imagine you've got a planet called Andraxas, and there are a bunch of tech priests over there. Like, ooh, there's a Force Staff that belongs to, blooming Malcador the Sigillite, and he's quite an important chap, isn't he? He was like Bezos with the Emperor. So they come along and they try and find it, but oh my goodness, just a million orcs come out, and it's not a happy day for them, so they're going to be rescued. Thankfully, the Chief Librarian of the Ultramarines, he's like, don't you worry boys, I've got you. So they come along, try and rescue the tech priests, but there's just too many orcs. There's just a million of them. They can't quite get any victories. I think there's like 1,000 orcs for every one Space Marine on the planet, or something daft like that. So what happens? Well, don't you worry, because the Legion of the Damned show up at the last moment and absolutely murder all of the orcs. The day is saved. The Tech Marines, oh, sorry, not Tech Marines, the Tech Priests, they get the stick, or the Force stick, back to the Golden Throne. They found loads of cool information about it, and that's that. So there we go, that's the story. Everyone lives happily ever after, actually this time, rather than me just putting in post hoc. So yeah, it's quite a large map, lots of room for vehicles, lots of negative cover as well in the centre, so got to be careful about our positioning. Orcs, all being unified, they can all just kind of go for the same kind of situation, and we are seeing a lot of orcs already being spread across this side of the map, getting a sniff around these relics, so a little bit faster than we are. Kukin with his Dark Angels, going to try and capture this relic, but the Slugger Boys will chase him away. I'm going to see more scouts come over to provide some supporting fire. But yeah, good combination. Regular Space Marines for our general can do anything that they want. We've got Imperial Fists for, well, they've got their heavy cover that they can carry on with them. Now, whether their heavy cover counteracts a negative cover, I'm not entirely sure, but we might find out. A little bit of science experimentation going on here. Geo Boys firing at these scouts. Scouts just running into the negative cover. I always say, got to be careful about that. Big mech going to be showing up. But 2 big mechs. It's going to be very confusing. Got a Tech Marine trying to put up a plasma guns turret. It's a very strong turret if they can get it up. And Kuken is not a man known for having trouble getting it up. Hey, ho ho, ha ha. A little bit of a rude jerk there for you. A significant amount of orcs. God blimey. That's a lot. I've sent a Legion Outrider to do some general helping with this stuff. Quite a tanky boy, all things considered. I'm just more. There's just so many orcs going on here. It's probably going to feel quite a lot like the actual Battle of Andraxas here. Got some Space Marines. Got some Space Marines that look a bit like Ultramarines, in fact. Even though that they are Imperial Fists. They're going to chase these guys away. Morale being broken free. Orcs being cast asunder already. Down this side. 1, 2, 3. Just how many squads of orcs are coming down over on this side? One scout squad with a sniper rifle. I take one orc down. But then going to be taking a long time for him to reload that gun. Cannot be engaged in melee combat, otherwise he can't reload it. So they are going to run away while the Dakka line continues to increase in size. Got a good amount of Space Marines in the centre, so that critical location will be ours. Now once we capture the centre, we can then decide to push whether we want to go north or south, depending on how we feel. Atticus Centurus, not doing amazing, I'll be honest. He's not having the greatest of times. He's got no morale, so he can resist running away, but one man on his own. Going to throw down some Imperial Towers on the big mech and the boys. But, I mean, look at the amount of damage it does. It's not even sure if it does actually any damage, so I don't know whether the tooltip is doing it justice, because it says it does damage to a bunch of people in a unit, but unless the commander resists it somehow, I'm not sure. Or whether their health regen out DPSs the incoming damage. Either way, scouts taking out a few orcs there. A few orcs here, a few orcs there. Doing a nice little layered retreat there. But another big mech teleports in, surrounding these orcs, or these scouts, sorry, and force them away. We do have my Legion Outrider coming out and seeing what he can do. On this side, another Legion Outrider firing away at these orcs. Our shooter boys at the moment, not going to do a terrible amount of damage in the grand scheme of things, but the moment that they get those big shooters out, absolutely lethal firing lines for the orcs here. So we need to get some sort of tech up. And we do have Tech 2, or Tier 2, sorry, for Kukin here. I do believe that I'm also, yeah, I've got Tier 2 on, so Dreadnoughts are on the way. Hopefully able to resist the protestations of these shooter boys. Got a good amount of orcs chasing around the Space Marines here. Squad wipe on the incoming if they don't retreat fast enough. Always seeing Tier 2 for you. You are in Tier 2 on account of those bands that you've got on. Now what about you? How are you doing for Tier 2? You're getting there, Richie. You're trying your best, and that's the main thing, young man. What about the orcs? Nah, not quite. None of them in Tier 2 yet, but they are just on the cusp of Tier 2. Got some Storm Boys in here. A good mixture of close combat units and long-range units. Oh, and the Siege Marines, their heavy cover bonus does not negate the negative cover. That's useful to know. These guys are going to try and hold the line. There's a big mech teleports around the backside. Save the Gene Seed, this as they're being absolutely crumped by all these orcs coming in. I'm going to fall back, and the orcs are not going to chase. Legion Outrider also coming in for a helping hand. And here come the first of the Razorback Ricariuses, going for a twin-linked assault cannon. Got to rip their way through the infantry of the orcs, should they be allowed. But the orcs have basically got the entire centre of this map, more or less. So we need to punch outside our bases as quickly as possible if we want to get some sort of economic equilibrium to them. Wonderful concave of shooter boys over here, but only the big shooters are firing. You can move them up a little bit. Listing post is being taken down. I am bringing a biker over here. Big shooters, though, that's going to be a real challenge for us. Teleporting in a Dreadnought smack bang in the middle. That's where I want to see him. Getting on the backhand, keeping that pin pan strong. And although he won't win this engagement, there's too many orcs for one Dreadnought to take on. It's enough. It's enough to get these Razorbacks into position, and the Rhino. Also, these Razorback Mark 1s as well. So it's going to make the orcs turn tail and absolutely peg it back home. Orcs over on this south side there. Because we're sending so many of our boys over here to stop this gaggle of lads, Kukin is going to be on his own for a lot of this. A Dreadnought with a plasma gun. I mean, look at that. Absolutely annihilating them. Green plasma on green dudes. See how they like it. A significant amount of vehicles now coming over on this side. We'll have to see some tank busters on the way, and we do see already some tank busters from Kaiku here. Infiltrate as well, and I don't think we've got any infiltration detection over on this side. Not as of yet. Storm Boys ready for a fight. We see a Legion Outrider. Give him the good crump. I do believe you're another Dreadnought. You're another Dreadnought. Teleports in. 2 Dreadnoughts, 1 load of orcs. Can they stop him and protect the Legion Outrider? Sadly, Legion Outrider has lost his morale. He's got that decap, so he's going to run away. Or he's going to try and run away, in fact. And will he survive? He's got no morale, so he will lose health over time while this is going on. Plasma cannon from the Dreadnought, doing a good job. And it does look like, yeah, the Legion Outrider decides to phase out of existence and be proper brown bread and dead. Scouts over here, we've got 2 sniper rifles on them, but not enough in a way of firepower to take out this sheer amount of orcs. Got a second Dreadnought with plasma gun. The Dreadnought being zapped into stillness. I'm going to send my Dreadnoughts down and see if we can assist them in their defence. Over here, just even more orcs. They've now got war tracks of their own. A good anti-vehicle unit, especially when supported by tank busters. Only four poor Siege Marines standing in their way. Big Mech teleports right in there. And yeah, with the sheer amount of big mechs on the field, they've got a lot of tank zapping that they can do, so plenty of opportunities to stun our vehicles. Double tank busters over here. will send my dreadnoughts backpacking. These dreadnoughts are falling back as the storm boys here are causing him issues. We do have a librarian. He's not got the force staff of blooming Malkador, the sigillite. What even is a sigillite? That's my question. Haven't seen that many sigillites on LinkedIn recently, to be fair. God, we've got a squad of 16 slugger boys. You don't see this often, do you? Splash bringing out the big squads. They've taken out this listing post. And now Necrotechnica is stuck on his side of the map. He's also got Librarian. Again, no force staff. But it is using some brain stuff to make him all good and fast and stuff. Now also with a Predator. Go to acquire a assault pattern Predator. Yes, okay, they've got war trucks and anti-vehicle stuff might be useful, but generally our mainstay of the problem is just the sheer amount of bodies that are on the field at the moment. Down here, we've got still the significant amount of tank busters on the game. In fact, almost exclusively tank busters. The dreadnoughts with their long-range shooter bits sniping out that big mech there. Also do have my Atticus Centurus with a little Animus Malorum, which I do believe if he dies before the Animus Malorum, that brings him back to life. Question mark. Not entirely sure if that's the case, but I'm fairly certain. Space Marine squads now to deal with the might and power of the Dakka jet. I've sent another dreadnought down here. Provide some assistance. Also a big smiting boom from, I assume, a librarian. Yep, there he is. Bringing on those disco lights for the sluggers. Causing them a lot of pain. Over here, the tank busters really causing some issues for the Razorback Ricariuses. But we are now able to see them, as the librarian can spot them. The Razorbacks will focus fire on them ASAP. Devastators opening fire with their smorgasbord of heavy bolters and pushing back the green tide once more. But now the massive Dakka jets are on the incoming, and they are the creme de la creme of the Orc roster, I would say personally. Incredibly mobile, very tanky considering that they're aircraft, and just a lot of firepower. Do have some Terminator squads been dropped down, but instantly they all lose their morale, which is not ideal. Very, well, not expensive, because obviously the Legion of Damned don't have money, but it takes them a long time to actually build them up. You have an Epistology Librarian. Look at him go. Reading books while on the move. Gotta love it. Although, been knocked back quite a lot. That's very unfortunate. Dreadnoughts trying to escape with their lives from all this rocket firepower coming in. It's not great. Not a great situation at all. And what almost turned into an entire Orc rout has now been stabilised by the Dakka jets. I do have some regular old Legion of the Damned Space Marines here. They've gone into a little hidey hole. So I was hoping that... I didn't know... They haven't got an ability. I didn't know what it did, so I pressed the button. You know, you guys know me. I see a button, I have to press it. Well, they're back online now. And they are ready to get some multi-melters in hopes that they could take on these Dakka jets. The Terminators have fallen down, sadly. And there is now a push into Kukin's base. He's trying to get his force barriers, or barriers, sorry, even. And an interrogator chaplain. These war trucks, they've gone for their twin big shooters, which is interesting. Ah, there we go, Vindicator. Now that's going to cause some serious issues. Able to fire on the ground, so they don't necessarily need the infiltration detection. But even if you can take out all these guys, there's still a lot more on the way, and there's a Nob squad waltzing into the base. So he's going to have to hold on while we protect this side of the map here. Got a Death Dread. Do love a Death Dread. Oh, he just dabs when he walks. Very Logan Paul-esque. We do have a Tech Marine biker. For anyone who wants repairs on the move. More Terminators are in. Trying to mask the numbers. But it seems that their morale does them more damage than anything else. I've noticed that they don't tend to stick around. We're going to do a big push. Razorback falls down. See if we can shirk him off our land. But as Kukin says, he's got two in his base. It's taking us 3 people. Take on a 2 up here. It's the Dakka line, man. The looters at the back. The tank busters in the middle. The chaff on the front lines. Oh, we've killed all the chaff now, so we can move forward a bit. But these Jacker jets, absolute hell in a handbasket. They kill infantry, they kill vehicles. Once they're en masse, it's very hard to kill them all. Our numbers are falling quite considerably. Over yonder, just the orcs swarming over the Dark Angel's base. They're going to go for another chaplain. Also a little Raven Wing of Dark Talon. Or Raven Wing Dark Talon, whatever you call it. But it's a sad time in the pipelines. We'll have to build his base up somewhere else, I reckon, if he wants to stay in the game. Do have some Devastator Centurions. Quite a remarkable amount of DPS they can bring in the range department. Also going to go for some Graviton guns. Double Predators trying to kill a Dakka jet. I mean, just look at this, all that firepower coming in. The Dakka jet can still take a lot of damage. Death Dread now, the frontline squad for Kaiku here. Getting some slicing and dicing while the looters do some shooters. The Devastator squad falls down flat. Am I building anything useful? Hold on. Please say I'm being useful. Oh yeah, I'll get the fire that burns the warp. Got some legionnaires on the go. Trying to build up their numbers before I then teleport them in. I'm thinking that the morale problem might be that they just spawn in, but they don't have many models. So if I can get like lots of models in and throw them in, then that'll be fine. But we do have Kukin has survived. He's built his Fortress of the Rock down here. The orcs have now swarmed over on this side, which is very unfortunate for us. But strange things have happened. There is a chance to fight back. Always hold on. Dreadnought's been crumped good and proper. Dakka jets mercilessly annihilating anything inside the base. We are now going to have a convoy of stuff coming around the backside. Hopefully able to annihilate the stuff that the orcs have. Double stun on the Razorbacks here. One is still able to fire. Space Marines a little bit behind, sadly. Librarian getting a good smite in there. Killing a fair amount of orcs. Dakka jets are still on the rise. 4 is apparently the magic number. That's all you need, realistically. Down on this side, the orcs are now massing over onto this side. We do have a... Oh, we had a thingy. Oh, we could have seen a thingy. Whatever that one's called. It's gone now. It's dead. It's not coming back. It's not for the moment, anyway. Yeah, it does seem like Necrotechnica's struggling as well over here. Whether he's built something down here, I'm not entirely sure, but we are seeing Kuken rebuild his stuff. Player's been defeated, so Space Marines have gone down. It's now a technical 3v4. Nob squad teleporting in, but the Legionaries are going to stand firm. I've gone for the plasma guns. Also able to summon in a Venerable Dreadnought from the fire that burns the warp. Which I must say, also, quite a delicious looking model. It's got a skull for a head. Although, why the skull's got a nose, I'm not sure. Don't know if you can see it. It's bouncing around a bit, but the skull does have a nose, and that does confuse me greatly. Got a killer can waddling in. Venerable Dreadnought is going to do what it can. If anything's going to hold off this amassed force of flash kits, knobs, and these knobs as well, if I can see properly. Is that... No, that's flash kits. Oh god, it's just a murder, it's just a massacre. Yeah, and the knobs, they've got big choppers. You know things have gone bad when someone has the spare cash to actually upgrade their knobs. But I mean, this is a proper war, innit? The sheer amount of orcs coming down. Portal of the Damned is being sliced up. I wanted to see if I could teleport my Portal of the Damned, but apparently it's a tier 5 side upgrade from one of these listing posts. So, we won't be teleporting this Portal of the Damned out anytime soon. I've done my best. I provide support where I can across the map. But no mass, no pass. That is me done as well. So now just 2 Space Marines left to hold down the lines. Another smite coming down over here. Death Dread ignoring it mostly there. But this Death Dread quite remarkably tanky, all things considered. Triple Razorbacks opening fire. We've got a war going on. Whoever did the... Where's the war boss? Was it a war boss? Which is the general... Oh, there he is. Bringing out the big shouty bits. Devastator's holding the line. Got some plasma guns on the go. Good against the infantry, but don't seem to really be doing all that much against the Death Dread. There's a commander sneaking around the backsides. Going in, doing some scouting and reconnoitering, seeing what they can do. Got Vault of Secrets on the San Christi chamber. Allowing the Epistology Librarian out and about. Death Dread walking in, and just look at this. My goodness. It's going to be a last stand situation here. How long can the Space Marines hold? That's the question. Commander's just chasing after this dude, but he dies. Been shot by some pistols. Just regular old Space Marines here in the grips of a Stormboy squad. And be still my frame rate. This is a lot of greenskins waltzing over. And more librarians on the way. Go for that Mind Worm. Ravenwing or Deathwing? Not sure why Dark Angels have Mind Worms, but I'm sure there's probably a very non-heresy reason as to why that is. Commando's getting some good choppers in. Nob squads as well. It's just everyone's teleporting in. There's no humies left to bash. So they're just going to crump whatever Space Marines structures that they can. We are seeing one librarian here. He's in the middle. He's trying to do what he can. Oz got a squad of Razor Wing close combat bike squadrons. They're getting involved. But being shot at before they're able to really do anything. Charging massed infantry positions is probably not where the Razor Wings want to be. So fair play to them. Gotta appreciate the effort. And yeah, realistically, what happened in this game was that the Orcs just got the centre. They got the economy. And we can see the fruits of their economy right here. Just able to spend all the money on getting a mass amount of lads. We couldn't stop them. If we was able to at least curtail their infantry earlier on in the game, and then maybe get a little bit of a pushback. We were in the centre for a little while, but we're just surrounded by Orcs. That was like very much like the Battle of Andraxas. Just the sheer number of them was the main problem there. So, nice one. Cool. So, thank you so much, people who took part in this game, and thank you for you guys for watching at home. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chop. I will see you in a bit. Peace.